Alright, this is the third time I've done this video. Hopefully I don't muck it up this time. Alright, so far what you know with design time, alright, in this view here where you can see the form, all the objects on the form and all the properties of the objects, this is design time. Alright, this is design view. And if I want to change something like the forecolor of the label, I click on the label, and notice it's label 1. Right? If I click on the button, it's button 1. But I want to change the forecolor of the label. So I click on the label, I go through the properties, which are on the left-hand side of this palette. There's the forecolor there. And then I go over to the value, and I change it. I'm going to make it black, because I'm that exciting. Alright. Now, I can also change this during runtime. And in order to change things during runtime, you need an event to set off the code. In this case, I'm using the button. So when somebody clicks on the button, we're going to change this forecolor to red, and we're going to make it say Hello World. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this button. And immediately, that will create some code in the code view. All right, and it says private sub is short for subroutine, button 1 click. So I know that anything that follows this line will run after I click on the button, and as long as it's above this. So basically any code between this line and this line will run whenever that button is clicked. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change the forecolor to red. Okay, so what I can do is much like in design view where you click on the object to highlight it, well, you do the same thing here, but well, you don't do the same thing, but what you do is you highlight it by saying the name of the object you want to change. You type in a dot or full stop, and you'll notice a list of properties and methods comes up here. Don't worry about the methods with that little purple thing next to them at this point in time. All we're going to worry about is the ones with the tool beside them, and those are the properties. And in this case, I know I want to change the forecolor, which is this one here. Alright, so as I type more, you'll notice it gets down, and now that I'm here, I can actually press the space bar, and it will fill in the rest for me. But if you forget what the name of the property is that you're choosing, you can just double click on it and it will show up too, or press the enter key for that matter. But anyways, now I'm going to set it equal. So this is like clicking on the object, this is like scrolling until you find the object, and this is setting the value of the choosing the property, and this is setting the value of the property. So in this case, I want to set it to the color dot red. Okay, so now what should happen is when I click on this button, this should turn red. See, because that says turn the forecolor of label 1 to red. Easy, right? All right, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to set label 1 dot text equal to Hello World. All right, and that's pretty much your Hello World program. Now, as you can see, you can have multiple lines of code between these two things, and those lines of code will execute in sequence when you click that button. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to change the button 1 dot text, and I'm going to set that equal to clicked, and that way the user knows that he's actually pushed on, or she has actually clicked that button. Boom. How's about that? It's clicked, it's red, and it says Hello World, and you can see exactly which object, which property, and which value has been changed in the button click subroutine. Alright, see if you can update yours to match mine. Good luck.